No, I don't think so. Like I said, unless you just did like a display. But we are live.
Right.
But let me do this real quick. I'm gonna switch this over to something real fast. All right, we are good. People should be able to hear us, and we should be able to get going.
Hello, hello, hello.
Well, hello, welcome, James of Nomadic. Now that I've been corrected. Oh,
It's okay. You are forgiven.
thank you, my lord. But all right, so yeah, if you want to, I guess, introduce yourself and like what you do and all that good jazz.
No, just kidding. Yes. Hello.
Oh, it's my
I'm.
wife. She just got home.
Hey, what's up, wife? Welcome home.
Oh,
Uh, should I still introduce myself, or should we introduce wife?
oh, we can introduce wife. This is my wife, Alyssa. She just got home from work, so she was just wondering who I was talking to.
Welcome home. Thanks for breadwinning for us.
Yes. Oh, Christopher Anderson. Thank you so much for the follow. But yeah, this is the guy from Nomadic, which I was corrected when I thought it was Nomvdic, and I'm glad I was wrong.
Both are okay, man. You can say whatever you
Yes,
want.
James.
There's no rules.
Yeah, his name is James. He does beautiful singing and also sounds somewhat like Satan.
That's true.
True. It's a hard work. It's a hard living, but you know.
Very hard.
Oh. Ah, ah.
What's up,
Well,
Alice? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Chris? What's up, Austin?
yeah. Oof. Well, I will let you get to that.
They're
Oh
having a
no.
conversation about breadwinning.
Yeah. No, she just hit me with a flip flop. That's all there was to it.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a couple things.
the breadwinner deserves to do that.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we can actually go ahead and get started. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. What do you do in nomadic? Things like that.
I do nomadic.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm James Lewis,
Yes.
and I sing in nomadic and do writing and production stuff, and I just that's what I do. Welcome, everybody.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm
Off the
glad.
scoop. What's genuinely what's going on here is we're just we're have a rootin' tootin' time.
Yeah, we're just two dudes chilling in a hot tub, 2 feet apart because of COVID. But
Yes.
yes.
Social distancing guidelines in Oklahoma aren't as strict as here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Cause yeah, you're in Florida, aren't you?
I
Right?
am.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing because I used to work in a call center where we would take calls like nationwide, and man, people would would go insane on the phone like they've got everything closed. It's just I can't even go to the bar, and I'm like, well, maybe that's good for you. I don't know.
It's back in the days when you were breadwinning.
Yes, am I breadwinning now? I'm still trying to find that out, but it's okay.
Doesn't matter.
No, but all right. So what kind of got you started in nomadic, or is there like a history that kind of led up to that, like with other bands?
Uh, I've been playing in bands since I was 16, and I'm 28 now. So 28
Oh,
minus 16 is 12. And what's up, Hunter? And Hunter's a good guy. Here,
oh,
fun fact about Hunter: he says that he doesn't like deathcore past a certain year, but
oh!
he also put out a rap metal song. So, what's really good? Anyways,
I think that's just fine. Honestly, I've been digging it lately. Haskin just dropped. Were you saying Hunter or Justin?
I said Hunter Young is in the chat, in
Hunter
the Facebook
Young.
chat.
Okay,
I'm
because
looking
I
at the Facebook chat.
I know there's Justin Haskin. He just dropped his project Haskin, which is like it's on rap beats, but it's using deathcore vocals. But his are really unique and very like well enunciated, so it works really good. But
Haskin Robbins.
yes, Haskin Robbins. I'm sure
Nice.
now he'll make a T-shirt if he watches this. But
Hunter, I'm just kidding. I love you.
nah, just
Um,
copyright it before it's too late.
So I've been in bands for 12 years, and the first all of them were terrible. I was a guitar player
Hmm.
for all of them,
Oh,
and then I got into a band called Venture, and that was the first decent band that I was in, and that was the first band that I was like, oh, I want to be in bands. So then I started hanging out with these guys that were in Nomadic,
hmm.
and we watched a lot of horror movies, and we were like, they had a project called Nomadic already that I wasn't a part of.
Oh,
Um, and tell them when you were in Dragon Force. And then I was in Dragon Force.
oh, were you?
But they had a band called Nomadic, and I recorded that band, and their vocalist was a no kind of guy.
Oh,
So they kicked him out, and then we just started writing music together. And then somebody came over and was like, we're going to have a Nomadic comeback show. And we're like, all right, whatever that means. So then we played all new material. We didn't play any of the old material. And then we just kind of stayed being Nomadic. And that's really the story. That was like 2015, maybe early 2016.
oh.
And the band was like a theatrical death metal band back then. And then, yeah, everything kind of
Yeah.
everything changed.
A little bit,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, I think it
Now I'm
changed for
here.
the better.
I'm
Yeah.
28 and sad.
I mean, hey, that's the grind. We always gotta stay sad.
Yeah,
But no, wasn't there like a vocal contest sometime like earlier for you guys?
yeah.
Was that just like as a just a vocal contest for like the sake of maybe like
We
merch or something, or what was that
yeah.
for?
During the like pre-order phase of Euphoria, we ran a vocal cover contest in exchange for like a bigger bundle
Okay.
of our merch. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Because that's where I think I was
yeah.
like getting confused. I was like, because I saw that, and I know I saw like some bigger people, like Johnny from, oh God, what is his last name? You might know who I'm talking about. He does stuff with Andrew Minea a lot.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh well, he did a really good entry, but and I was
I'm
like, are they
curious.
looking? Are they looking for a vocalist? Yeah, no,
Hey,
I'll try and
tell him to
find
hit
a.
me up.
I
He can
mean,
do all the work.
he's oh well, I was gonna say his band that he's in with Andrew is kind of blown up right now, but then you don't listen to that realm too often.
What
So
band is it?
oh God, what is the name? It's like some weird. It begins with a C. Let me see if I can.
Come.
Yes, that band right there.
Yep,
Absolutely.
knew it.
No, but
My favorite C word.
me too.
Nice.
I just was like, who decided, you know, that the word for releasing, so to speak, could be just
Yeah.
something so simple. Oh, Carcosa. That's the name of the band.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
If you, I mean, you have to make a list of all these bands that you're mentioning so I can.
Oh Lord. Do you at least know who Crystal Lake is?
Yes.
Okay.
Asian
Oh,
band.
yes.
I
Yes.
saw them live. Uh,
Was it with Fit for a King?
I don't remember. I don't think so because I don't listen to that band. Northlane. It was for yeah. It was with
Ooh.
Northlane and
Okay.
Era.
Okay, yeah, because I know they were doing a tour for a while, and it was with Fit for a King and like some other people, which I wanted to go to that show, but uh, life is sad. So
You have a kid.
yeah, that part I'm
Yes.
glad about, but in general, life is usually sad. But it's okay.
Well.
No, you're good. But
It's funny.
yeah. So I guess we already kind of went into how did you start your projects and everything like that. But like, what have you guys been doing like since you joined in? Like, what is like everything been going on like up until now? Like, if there was any.
Man, everything happened pretty quick for us, you know? I mean, not as quick as some bands. Some people like get signed right off the bat and get
Yeah.
recognition, but we did kind of quickly do a CD release show at Transitions Art Gallery before it got like taken down, which is a pretty renowned venue here in Tampa. And that I don't remember if it did sell out. I imagine that it got close to selling out, and I told people that it sold out for the sake of exaggeration and also self-inflation. But uh that I just remember doing really well, and we were like, oh, maybe we're onto something. And then we got some press as well, and then also got invited to open like the Florida date of the Metal Alliance tour, which used to happen.
Oh.
And all of that kind of happened at once in 2016. So then we started touring, but they were DIY tours booked by us. But the cool thing about it was like, yeah, some of the shows were intimate, but because of that, those fans ended up being like lifelong fans.
Yeah, which is huge.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
that was really cool. So like within a year of being a band, we were playing, in Ohio, Pennsylvania, um, other fucking places,
Yeah, for
West
sure.
Virginia, whatever,
Yeah.
um, and playing some good, honestly, some really good shows as well. And then I think in 2017, a certain I won't name the agency just in case they like watch or whatever, but a
Oh
certain
yeah.
smaller agency picked us up and tried to send us on a couple tours. I think one of them, the co-headliner dropped out, and
Oh no.
so we couldn't really go. And then the second one, the one of the guarantees was like 11.25% of bar sales or something like that. Like it was really,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really weird. So that was odd. But also in 2017, I had gotten a diagnosis for a brain illness that I have, a chronic illness.
Mm.
And at the time, I was very symptomatic, very cyclical, and it was looking like I wouldn't be able to play shows at all. So a lot of 2017 was very inactive for us, but we also did some cool shows as well. Like but at home we didn't really do touring, but at home we opened for Fit for an Autopsy. We opened for Chelsea Grin. Honestly, that Chelsea Grin show is
Yeah.
one of the best things that ever happened to this band. Um, we opened for Morbid Angel and Suffocation.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a lot of great shows. And then we decided to re-release our first EP, but with Austin, who was in the chat. He recorded drums on it. I think he mixed it as well. I don't remember the details. And then Phil Plastoka from Sonic Assault Recordings.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
Phil. Great
Yeah,
guy.
he's great. He's super awesome. He mastered it. So we re-released it with 2 tracks, our song The Crooked Man and our song The Witch. And those songs really did super well for us. Like Crooked Man got playlist, or both songs got playlisted by Spotify 3 times.
Oh shit.
So our Spotify numbers started doing really well. I think Crooked Man is still our most played song. And you know, again, at that point, we were like, shit, dude, maybe we're onto something. So we went back to Austin and recorded a single. And this single was called Nexus. And this was probably the first track that was like a different sound for us. It was definitely more of that quote unquote like metalcore sound where we had a chorus.
Yeah.
And Austin pushed me to do this like Gojira style of singing that I had never done before. And we put that track out. And I think that our friend Matt from South Florida made like a meme about the song, and that meme got shared on deathcore memes or some shit like that. Deathcore dad memes.
Oh
And that and that blew up so much that we got immediately got an interview with Metal Hammer. We got picked up by Artery Global for touring. We started doing management with Pinup Artist Management. Like, it was crazy. Like, that meme basically, like, I have a full page on my wall somewhere over there of us being in Metal Hammer magazine, you know, just from this stupid meme.
Yeah, dude. Meme culture
Dude,
is insane. Like, people don't believe me sometimes, but like meme culture is legitimately a thing. If you can get caught
yeah,
up, either get caught up or start one that's like relatable or just meshes with everybody, that can kickstart your like whole career. The
yeah,
yodeling
for real.
kid, the yodeling kid yodeling on
Yeah,
Walmart, and now he's
I
signed to
know.
Atlantic. Like,
And I Prevail, like, I Prevail is kind of not even like anything super special, but because they did all that meme marketing, they
oh yeah.
blew up, you know, and good for them. But for me, I think now at this point of the band and having like a super serious record out, I think I would be too ashamed, I guess,
To go
to
that
do the
way,
meme
and
stuff.
for
But I
sure.
am happy that everything went the way that it did with that. Because immediately after that, we went out on tour with Extortionist. We went out on tour with By the
Yes.
Thousands. And then we were on tour with The Faceless and Lorna Shore. And that summer, dude, we were like, fuck, we're going to be the next fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. Like, we never expected all this to happen this fast.
Oh my god.
We did a headliner and we headlined my festival, and that sold out immediately after. And we're like, dude, you know. So then we immediately after that, we opened for Acacia Strain and After the Burial. That was a great show. And then we headlined another festival, and then we headlined another festival, and we're like, oh, and we got the Warp Tour invite, and we're like,
Oh shit. That's it. That's how you know
yeah,
you made it, man. Did Monster
yeah.
Energy hit you up? Did you?
So 20, and I think we were recording Euphoria while all this was going on. I believe we were recording the first half of Euphoria. So 2019 hits, and we're like, all right, we got to finish this album. So let's go low key for a while. So we went low key for 5 months, not suspecting that that would cause all of our social media platforms to deem us as an inactive page. So the time we came back, all of that love for us on our social media was completely fucking gone, dude. So we were like, oh my God, we don't want to grind the social media game, but we kind of have to.
Yeah.
So we did that. Shot a couple music videos, and then by November 2019, we had done some headliners. We did a tour with Weeping Wound, and we did a tour with Catabasis.
Okay.
We dropped a single, Dysmorphia, I'm So Sorry. And
Yes.
that kind of catapulted the band into being this new sound that it is. And then planned a bunch of shows and headliner tours for 2020.
Yeah.
And then a little thing called COVID happened.
Yeah. Which I think that could be something really interesting to kind of segue into. How has like COVID like affected you guys? I mean, obviously touring is for the most part pretty much out the window. Um, I mean, like, what have you guys thought about like doing a live stream show? Obviously, Dance Gavin Dance recently did one. I think there's other
Yeah,
people
well,
who are, yeah, but
we can't really. We're not. I don't know if we'll ever be on Dance Gavin
dance
Dance's level,
level. I mean,
unfortunately.
hey, I don't know, man. I feel like it's crazy. Like, I mean, if you would have asked me a few years ago if I thought Acacia Strain was going to be like top 5 or whatever on the Billboard
Oh
charts,
yeah,
I probably wouldn't have believed you. But
dude.
like,
Yeah, they really blew up, man.
yeah, I feel like I don't know, times are changing. I feel like metal as a whole, like especially like the core versions of metal or genres, subgenres of metal are really starting to just break hard into the mainstream. So
Yeah,
honestly, like you guys probably can, like, as long as the grind's kept up, and everything like that, just keep making good content, but also make sure it's content that you personally enjoy. Because, like, nobody,
yeah.
at the end of the day, nobody wants to make content they don't enjoy. I know I wouldn't want to keep doing music and anything if I didn't enjoy it anymore. I'd rather
I
take, like, a
think
break on that, but.
I really think Euphoria is a good album.
Mhm.
I really believe in it, and I think that if the right people heard it, it would do well. But the issue is, I'm not really an expert in getting those people to hear it.
Yeah.
Uh, but I I don't know. I think things happen the way that they're supposed to, and everything has been going really unbelievably well so far.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, as far as COVID, man, I mean, dude, we may not be a big band that makes headlines as far as like, oh, our Europe tour got canceled, but dude, it really, really affected us. We were
Yeah.
an hour north of Pittsburgh in a snowstorm when everything got canceled. So we had to keep our van for another week because if we returned it early, we would have been charged extra. So we were just stuck on the road with no shows and no open restaurants or anything like
Oh,
that
no.
for a whole week.
Jesus
And dude,
Christ.
like I know that it's maybe faux pas to talk about like finances or whatever, but this was supposed to be a really fucking good tour for us. I'm talking
Yeah.
like headlining a major um Florida festival, shows in Brooklyn, shows. We were looking to make like $3,500 a member or something like that. We came
Jeez.
home with $400
Like, as a whole.
as a whole.
Oh God, Jesus
Dude,
Christ! Yeah, that,
we lost all our money. We didn't make any money, and we just spent 6 days on the road. So that was kind of crazy, right? And then our CD release tour for the Euphoria album was in April, and that got canceled. So we were like, what the fuck are we going to do? We have to
yeah,
put out a record. How are we going to sell records now? And then keep in mind, in March and April, everybody was getting furloughed from their job.
yeah,
Okay. And we were like, nobody's going to buy records and there's no shows. So we decided to do this model where we released singles every 2 weeks
yep,
and then put the album out in July 10th. And in that way, COVID was more of a blessing than a curse.
yeah.
But every other way, it was fucked
Oh,
up.
oh yeah, no, for sure. Honestly, like, I think I've had this discussion with like everybody for the most part that I've talked with. Like, honestly, singles right now are like the way to do it. Like,
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
Spirit Box, and I keep mentioning it, but like honestly, Spirit Box is like the people who right now are doing that specific like model of marketing the best. Like, they've
And
released single
funnily
after
enough,
single, and
she's
it
on our
just
album.
is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet. I need to listen through it more.
She's on the third track. Go check it out.
Oh, I'm about to, boy. I'm about to. I mean, not right now, because we're
I
here.
wouldn't be offended.
I'd hope not. It's another 0.003 cent, or not, sorry, 0.0003 cents added
Yeah, dude.
to your
I gotta
bank.
pay for my fucking lunch with, you better stream that shit a million times so I can go get a sandwich.
Yeah, there's been discussion about that to where like people have been saying I guess Tidal pays out way better. And I was looking into
Yeah,
that.
nobody has a fucking title.
Yeah, cuz you have to.
I'd rather get 100,000 streams on Spotify
Mhm.
and make, $30
Mhm.
than get 10 streams on Tidal and make 40 cents.
Yeah, cuz like the thing about Tidal is while, I can appreciate that it pays more and everything like that, but I think what's hard, and especially in today's age, people want like comfortable streaming, and some people, and by some I mean like most people, hence why Tidal isn't really that popular, don't want to pay for streaming unless it's like to watch shows or something like that. For music, they're like, "Oh, Spotify's just free. I can save
Yeah.
the album. I can." It's just a matter of like ease of access, I feel like.
Yeah. You're totally right. Um, I'm sorry if this is I'm sorry to my music friends who are watching this that if they're like, you can't say that, you have to be pro artist. I apologize if this is fucked up, but listen, if you're just now figuring out that the industry, and I'm talking about Spotify, Apple, uh, management, labels, everybody, if you're just now finding out that the music industry doesn't give a shit about you, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
why a lot of people are going independent, cuz that's like you're in control of everything. You care about what you're going through and doing. And at the end of
Yeah.
the day, while there might be some labels, and I'm sure there's somewhere that like genuinely like, let's get you taken care of, let's make sure everything's going. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are just like, you didn't make these album sales? That's tough shit. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. And it
Yeah.
sucks, but like honestly, at this level, like once you're past local level, and even sometimes on like the local level, you know, music for a lot of people is a business, and you have to run it like a business. Like you can still
Yeah.
enjoy it and everything, but like at the end of the day, if you don't plan out how things are doing, if you don't strategize anything like that, like you're not gonna bring home anything, So
You're right. I mean, I work as hard on this project as I do any job that I have. If and sometimes harder and more time.
oh yeah,
So it does have to be as lucrative as a job, and that doesn't necessarily mean do I make a wage or do I make a salary,
hmm
or even do I have fans or recognition. Yeah, all of the above are factor into it,
hmm
but it could also be like, do I have a creative product that I can say, wow, this is exactly why I'm in a band. This product
yeah,
embodies me exactly. And for me, the experience of like getting paid for my work is a mixture of those three. And I've
oh
been
yeah.
lucky to have all of that, even at the tiny level of band that we are, you know?
hmm And which even on like a huge scale of things, like there's always either a band that's either smaller or bigger, and like
Yep.
it's really crazy to think about like where you're able to grow, what you have grown from, and just like looking at all that, it's really nutty. But like at the end of the day, yeah, like it's a business, and like obviously none of us like the fact that you get like 0.003 or whatever from Spotify, but like in some circumstances, one way to look at it, I think a good example for how we grew, like my band's obviously nowhere near as big, nowhere near as big, but when we first dropped our EP, first thing we did was research. Okay, what's a good outlet for this music for nobody who's ever heard of us? Slam Worldwide? Okay, cool. Dropped our first single, made 7K views. Great. Nobody's still ever heard of us, but now we have 7K views. Okay, let's kind of get all that on Spotify. Cool. Spotify for artists. Who listens to us? Where are you guys from? Cool. Let's make a Facebook ad that, kind of lets you know, hey, we exist, and if you maybe like us or like the single, maybe check us out. And that just kind of from there like helped us grow, and now we're at like almost 3K likes. I'm sure that either by the end of this year or close to it, we'll probably reach that once we get everything moving again. We've just, COVID and everything has really made things hectic for sure, but it's a matter of like you got to look into things, but like it
I
pays off.
I just want to say that to anybody who makes an argument that like this using an ads to build your fan base or whatever is cheating or whatever, they're
Oh,
fucking idiots, man, because it takes effort to put a good ad together that doesn't
yes.
just reach bots or reach nobody. And you have to like really put thought into how you're going to build an ad so you're spending less per click and you're building real fans,
Hmm.
and that takes real fucking thought and real energy and real work. And people think that it's when you're building an ad that you're buying fans or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. That's not true.
Well, and it's also like the same people that are like, "Oh, it's got to be from the heart." I'm like, it doesn't take away from the heart. That's like saying, well, I do like really good art, but nobody ever hits me up because I also never like to, put anything
Market
showing, "Hey,
yourself.
I do this." Yeah, like think of it, if nobody ever released commercials and you never like fucking went anywhere, how would you know? Like if, oh, McDonald's exists. Wow. I didn't I didn't know that. Like you're not going to
Yeah.
know unless you somehow get conveyed, "Hey, this exists." So now I know, "Hey, I can either go get this, listen to it, you know, like there's definitely nothing wrong with like viewing it as a business model because at the end of the day, if it's something that you're wanting to make like your career or anything like in that same spectrum, that's what you got to do. And it's definitely not
Yeah.
easy like on any level. I feel like, no matter if you're on the small label, you're self-owned and you're trying to work your way up from there, no matter what, like it's a grind,
Oh
plain and
yeah.
simple. But yeah, just
Yeah.
to utilize what you can. Like Spotify, while yes, it sucks you don't get paid, it does give you valuable data. Like
Yeah. And
I
Spotify for artists is dope. And honestly, like Spotify's been fucking amazing with us, dude. Like every time we put out a new track, they've been like very algorithmically favorable of us. They're always throwing us on the right playlists, dude. We've been on editorial playlists like 11 times. I'm very grateful for Spotify. We've met a lot of great fans from all over the world. Um, yeah, we get paid shit and the CEO's kind of disconnected. I'll
yeah,
agree to all of that, but I'm also grateful for it. Without Spotify, there would be not Spotify, and that's worse.
yeah, because like Spotify basically is like the streaming service. And
Yeah.
whether you want to look at it as a way of, wow, okay, this is how I can see who my audience is. If anything, just like use that as a resource and just only think of it as a resource and then maybe figure out, okay, how can I play the system to my favor?
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah. Agreed.
singles are the thing right now. And obviously you don't need to release a single every single day. At least within this genre, that's a little insane. Could somebody do it? Probably. But
He did say that thing where it's like you have to release music more than once every 3 or 4 years, and everybody was mad about that. And
yeah,
I agree. Again, he's an idiot and he's disconnected. He's just a rich suit. But you do have to release music more than every 3 or 4 years,
yeah,
not
this
just to
isn't
like
yeah,
be lucrative, but also to keep your fans engaged.
oh yeah, cuz this isn't like, we're not back in like 2000 and like 6 to 9 or even like 2012 or anything where like, oh, it's 9 years later for a CD, like, like we're not in that like ability to just wait for years to hear stuff nowadays. Like unless you're a band making a comeback, which lately I will say that has been happening. Putting out frequent content, like it keeps things fresh. It keeps people like not entertained, but it keeps them just connected with you. Like honestly, like singles are the way to go, but I think people are just really exaggerating sometimes on like how critical things can be with Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the end all be all of it.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
no, but yeah. So let me see. So what are some other things you've kind of analyzed lately with like the music industry and specifically in regards to COVID? Like what have you kind of seen
Specifically in regards to COVID, I mean,
other than like the touring and everything like that being down the drain? Like what are some like things that have really put a hamper?
I think it's just important for bands to just stay creative because all bands are going to eventually do the same thing. Like all bands are doing
Yeah.
merch drops right now, which is smart because people are getting stimulus checks or unemployment or,
Yeah.
like bonuses from their work. And so they have more, I think a lot of people actually have more expendable money than they've ever had before because of benefits like that. Yeah, some people are definitely screwed, but a lot of people like, in this position. So they're buying more merch. And I think a lot of bands are going to the studio as well. And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think bands that are rushing to play shows are fucking selfish as fuck. Um, yeah. As far as like the industry goes, I know this isn't COVID related, but again, like the more and more I learn and the more that I work on myself and my music, bro, I gotta say, I'm just so happy that this was an independent release.
Yeah.
Like maybe I would have gotten 100 more record sales, but I would have lost 100% of my revenue. And I know
Exactly.
it's not about money, but I get to realize the benefit, the reward of my own work, dude. And like I just got to say, like, fuck the industry, man. That's
Yeah.
it. Like I'm stoked to be an independent artist, and I'll sign a deal if it's like if it makes sense and if it's based on like you fucking dig my shit and you want more of my shit. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight for a deal or anything like that.
Yeah. Because
I'm so happy things went the way they did, and I'm so proud and happy to be an independent artist. Honestly,
yeah, I mean, we're definitely in that time and age, like I was saying, like you really, as long as you like figure out how to play your cards right, and it's definitely not like an instantaneous process. There might be lucky breaks that you get, and everything like that, but at the end of the day, like, it's a grind.
yeah, definitely.
But and actually I was checking out your numbers. Yeah, you guys are doing really good right now for this being a self-release, but it's really cool to know that like it doesn't like you can actually make it, so to speak, with just
Yeah, we
self-releasing. Yeah.
we ended up charting on Billboard
Yeah, I saw that.
8 different charts. Yeah, which was cool. I
Yeah.
posted 5 of them. Technically, we only charted on 7.
Mhm.
And I posted 4 of them. One of them was more of a flex than a chart because we got
Yeah.
103 out of the top 100. But I was like, dude, 3 away from the top 100 being a small Florida metal band, like that's fucking sick. And we got up
Yeah.
to like 28K monthly listeners and shit. Like that's dope. I was fucking stoked. So yeah, man, it's cool. It's a good time.
It
People
really.
dig the record. I'm stoked on that.
Oh yeah, like looking at the numbers, like almost every single track is almost at 50,000 plays on Spotify. So it's
Yeah, it's cool, man.
like it's just nuts like that we're breaking the stigma of like you have to be on big label A to make it. It's just I don't know. I just think that's really like fascinating personally because I think that was the biggest thing that was kind of a harper on, at least I know for me and I'm sure other people, was just like, well, I don't really know if we're comfortable with signing of the label, but if we have to do that to make it, I don't know if I'm really feeling that. And but
But
yeah.
what does making it even mean, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
everybody's got their own definition of making it really. But I
yeah.
feel like a lot
I
of
get,
people try to be like, "Oh, well, if you're not making it on the charts and you just start out, I don't know what to tell you." Like,
one of my best friends, Austin, and I made this incredible record that I'm going to get to listen to for the rest of my life. And that is making it to me.
mhm. Yeah.
And he's going to be moving in with me in a month. Him and I are going to have that memory and have that connection for the rest of our lives.
Mhm.
And it is honestly right now my favorite album. I mean that. And the rest of it is just bonus. The fact that I get to have conversations like this, I did a podcast earlier today. The fact that I have, you know, people reaching out to me saying like, "Hey, that song Dysmorphia means a lot to me."
Yeah.
Dude, that
That's
shit's awesome. That's
oh yeah.
it. But it is all bonus over the fact that I'm so fucking proud of this record and I just love it so much. And it, whether it did well or didn't do well,
Yeah, you in
I'm
your eyes, yeah, you made it. You did what
yeah,
you wanted to do. You created something tangible that not only means a lot to you, but has managed to mean a lot to others in more ways than just, oh, this is a catchy song, or oh, this is a good song. Like,
Yeah.
it dug deep. And that, at the end of the day, I can definitely agree, that in a lot of people's eyes, I know in my eyes, and I'm definitely sure, obviously, in your eyes, you just said, you made it. And, whatever
Yeah.
happens from here, bonus.
It's bonus, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
Not to be confused with boners, even though that's true as
I
well.
mean, there's nothing wrong with boners. There's a whole industry for that. If you want to get into that, now's the time. Just
There
saying.
is a time that there's something wrong with
I
boners,
mean,
and
yes,
that is,
there is a time.
you know, if make sure that the situation is appropriate.
Yes, make sure the situation is consensual.
Yes, and this
Yes.
is my advice to all of the males that may be watching this or will watch this in the future. If you are considering a boner, or you've happened to have one, then make sure that this situation calls for that. And if it doesn't, then largely check yourself before you wreck yourself. And if you check yourself and decide to pursue further, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and prepared to get wrecked by everyone else.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure. No, that was an interesting little segue. I like that. But no,
Never know what you're gonna get.
you really don't, honestly. Like the 2020, like outside of like talking on like music, or I guess even it kind of inter like intertwines with music somewhat. 2020 has just been a rough year. Like outside of COVID, like it's still just been a terrible year.
It's a There's been a lot of like um I don't know how to say it. A lot has happened, and I owe a lot to the events of this year.
Yes.
And I've already grown so much from it, and it's been hard, to be honest. And I agree. It's
Yeah.
been a crazy, crazy, crazy year, but I'm very grateful for it as well because I've
Oh yeah.
learned so much and grown so much and been able to be more introspective than I've ever been.
Oh yeah. It definitely, like, while this year has been terrible on like some scales, it's definitely given us room to like, take a step back and like, well, so now we understand that like this is what happens when the industry basically crashes from a pandemic. So what can we do
Yeah.
with that next time? Or, what can we take from that, learn from that, and just apply it to maybe the next year or whenever
Yeah.
everything passes over? Or, just things in your daily life. I think I was talking with Chris, and we were talking about like a lot of people get depressed right now. Like
Yeah.
in these
Oh
times,
yeah.
it's really hard to like get yourself to do things. And so that's why, for example, I started doing this podcast. I've been wanting to do streaming stuff for a while, but I finally like took this time to really just say, I don't want to sit around. I want to make sure I'm doing music. I want to keep myself like creatively active. I want to do
That's
whatever I can. And he was referring to like exercise, and there's just there's always something you can try to do.
dude, the beginning of this lockdown was different for me. Like I took this time to take a break and not get so stressed out and not worry about like I'm carrying a few extra pounds right now.
Yeah.
Like I was definitely like hardcore dieting and like I was worried about everything and I was working nonstop and I was pretty heavily involved with the industry with people who were very selfish,
Yeah.
uh, who only wanted to benefit from me. And dude, I got to disconnect from all of that. I played video games for 2 months straight.
Hell
You know,
yeah. That's that good
whatever I
shit.
wanted, I chilled. I hung out with my family a lot. I got way close with my family, to the point where before I was like, oh, family. And now I miss my family, you know?
Yeah.
I found out who my best friends were, and I found out that there were people who were just waiting for me to acknowledge that they were my best friend, you know?
Yeah.
And um, yeah, I mean, I'm back, hardcore working now. Like before you and I connected, I finished up like 3 mixes. But yeah, yeah, it's been a weird time. I think it's been a period of growth for most people who tend to be a little, who tend to overthink.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, for me this definitely was like, cuz the way I mentally work is like if I'm in silence, like I just think I just tunnel down and I just start to go really deep in places where I shouldn't. And so for
Yeah.
me, like I have to keep like going, whether that's focusing on getting stuff done for my son, my wife, need to do some vocal work or mixing
Win the
on my
bread.
end. Yeah, you really like for me, I'm always reaching for that bread because like if I'm not reaching for it, I'm having some real car radio moments. That's a
Yeah.
21 Pilots reference for you. But
I hated it.
it's okay. It's fine. Oh, who let's see, what do we got? Thank you so much for the follow, Johnny Ray, Jacob Hensley, and Kadig. I really appreciate it. Yeah, one of them was literally just
I agree with that person. I
I
wonder who it is.
I don't
We'll never
know,
know.
but I'm sure they're a wonderful human being. If they're human, I don't know. AI is a thing nowadays. Apparently, there's AI YouTubers all over the place.
Yep. EIAIO.
That's right. That's it's been in front of us all along.
Mm-hmm.
Should have known. But let's see. Are there any other like hobbies that you've recently taken up from all this? Well, I say
No.
from all this. You just constantly like,
I'm serious. Okay, so I did.
oh,
Honestly, I picked up Warzone, and it was the first video game
yeah.
that I played in a year. And I played Warzone straight for like 2.5 months, and I had the time of my life playing it. And then I hung out with my family for like a month, and I was like, "Ah, this sucks." So I stopped playing, and that's it. Shit, that's literally. I don't fucking. I what I watch YouTube videos. I
Hey man,
exercise
you gotta stay
now. I'm back
informed.
to yeah. I'm back to exercising. I'm really good at renting cars at Enterprise. I've done that a few times.
Hell yeah.
Um, um, I started showering every day.
Wow. Okay.
Uh, yeah, I
Oh
know. I never used to do that.
man,
I
overachiever over
drink
here.
I drink a lot of tea. Um, I play guitar. I've got a bunch of guitars here. But no new honestly, my only new hobby was video games, bro. And then I stopped doing that. And my like new hobby is not doing something.
I mean, hey, laziness is a skill. Chilling out is a
Yeah,
skill. If there's anything I've learned from SpongeBob, it's probably it. Patrick Star, Papa Bless, but
dog. I literally am in such a not care period right now that when I get the go ahead, like, hey, shows are going to happen July 27th, 2021, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to mark my calendar for April 27th, 2021. And that's when I'm going to start working out again and getting skinny. Until then, who the fuck do I need to be skinny for?
that's right. Dad bods are in. Dad bods are in. So,
Yeah.
no, for sure. But, oh, man, I think, let's see. Throat singing, that's a pretty good hobby. I guess I might have
Oh,
picked
I
up.
can do that.
Can you really?
I
Hell
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna
I feel like I wanted to do it for you right now, but then I
mm.
thought, well, what if I fuck it up right now and I make an idiot of myself?
No, yeah, I just
Yeah. I can do that though.
yeah, no, I was talking with one of my friends, Stevie. He's in. Oh, I was gonna say the band. I mean, I guess I still can. Check out Stevie and Soul Soul. Thanks,
Sold. What is it?
Soul Soul. It's a deathcore band, but they're actually like a pretty well off. They get like 50K to 100K like
Cool.
views on videos. But we
Are
we
you
were
gonna make me a list of all these bands that you've mentioned?
yeah, man. I'll make you a list of a fuck ton of bands.
Cool.
But
The bands I listened to today, to give you an idea,
all right, yeah,
were
give me that
you
music
ready?
exploration.
Oh, I did actually listen to 2 ingested tracks today that were
Ah,
recommended to me.
I need to listen to that new album.
I know nothing about them, but I listened to Gojira today. I listened to Mastodon. I listened to Meshuggah.
Oh, Lord.
I and that's it.
Let's see who
And
who
then I
popped
listened to
up
those
on my
tracks.
who popped up on my release radar today. Let's see here. I,
Oh, release! There's a new release radar.
yeah, look at that. Let's see.
I got
Man,
Jacob Collier, 88 Rising, Linkin Park, Amaranth,
I,
Denzel Curry.
yes, Denzel Curry. Love me some Denzel.
That's my favorite rapper for sure.
Oh yes, I still think like I like his newer stuff he's been doing, but honestly, the Taboo album, or I think was it Tattoo or Taboo? I'm pretty sure it was Taboo, right?
Taboo,
Or
yeah.
Black Balloon or something like that.
But here's the thing:
Mm.
Unlocked is the best thing he's put out.
Mm. I don't know, man. That cover he did of Rage Against the Machine goes hard.
That was sick, actually. Yeah,
That
that
was
was definitely sick.
honestly, if he started a band like that, I would 100% be like, take
Dude,
take my in
he
debt
has
money.
he literally has a heavy music playlist on Spotify.
Does he? I'm about to check that out.
Yeah, I follow it. I'll send it to you. It's sick.
I got Rico Nasty on here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do I got? Victims. I love me.
I got Victims on my release radar too. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Denzel Curry heavy music. Yeah,
Oh.
shout out Meredith.
Yes. She's such a sweetheart,
Again,
dude.
it's not my. It's not that I don't listen to it, but support the band. They work very fucking hard, very 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 fucking hard. So
Yeah.
if you like metalcore, jumpy shit, bouncy shit, then check that shit out for sure.
Do you like shit that makes you punch people in the face? Go check them out. You won't regret it. Promise.
Don't check my band out.
No, your band makes people want to punch in the face,
It-
but they also they give you big brain energy.
Yeah,
That's
and if you want to cry at the end of the record,
yes.
check out my band.
No smooth brains and Nomadic. We don't have smooth brain here. Nah. So many bands. I'm like, I want to know what your opinion on them are, but all of them keep being like, well, no, there's some that I could probably ask
Well,
you.
no, come on, let's do it.
All right, all right. What do you think of the new Within Destruction album, Yokai? That
Never
makes it.
listened to it.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
I've never listened to one Within Destruction song.
No, well, this one, it might be interesting to you because for this album specifically, because they're all fans of like rap and trap and everything like that, and weeb stuff, anime, all that good shit. And they were like, let's just make a whole album and let's have like maybe some Japanese like rappers or vocalists, Rio's in it from Crystal Lake.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
it is a very interesting album. I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, I
Okay.
see the 88 Rising. I see a new
Yeah, I have
Poppy
that.
song, the If It Bleeds.
I have not listened to her, but my bassist's best friend, that's her favorite artist. But I haven't listened to her.
Yeah, I've listened to her some. I don't know. I feel like I weirdly enough found out about her after I'd been listening to Baby Metal, which
I'm a big Baby Metal fan.
yes,
Huge Baby Metal fan.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can see in the background
Oh,
a Sleep
yeah.
Token poster.
Yes.
And then I just mentioned Amaranth on my release radar, and then you just mentioned Baby Metal. There was a show in the UK that was Baby Metal, Amaranth, Sleep Token, and just those three bands. And I thought, there's never been a more James show ever put together, ever. It's like the cheesiest of cheesy mixed with Sleep Token.
Yeah. No. Well, I heard you like 21 Pilots, my guy. I'm just fucking with you.
Hold on.
Oh, all right.
I'm not willing to say that I don't like them.
All right. I'll hear you out on this.
I think that some of their stuff
Yes.
and appealing to clearly like younger girls and like things like that is very cheesy and is very lame.
For sure.
However, I think that it's very, very evident that they know how to compose a killer song.
Yeah, I actually, weirdly enough, am a huge fan. Well, I say huge. I haven't been listening to them as much. Blurry Face was probably the last album I really like went hard on them. Like, was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Because I saw them when they like released that album. Like, I finally got to see them with Mute Math, and I think some other band. I don't remember, but like they put on a good fucking show. Like, holy shit. Like,
I mean, I bet, dude. I mean, people go crazy for that band. My friend showed me a song of theirs where they were like, he was like literally screaming in it.
yeah.
Like almost metal screaming in it. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
I don't understand his vocals because it's weird. Like he sings in like a fry tone, but it works really fucking well. But what's interesting to me is like The very first album they came out with, like, is I honestly think it's one of my favorites. And it's before like it was the drummer and just him. It was like he was in a full band, and so it's
Oh
like a
yeah.
completely. I think if there's one thing, take aside, whether or not people like the the poppy side or whatever of 21 Pilots, lyrically speaking, on some of their tracks, if not most of them, Tyler's a fucking genius. Like he knows how to convey things and ideas. I feel like in very like like relatable ways, but also is like able to
Is that
hide
the
them.
singer?
Yeah, Tyler Joseph is the singer, and then Josh Dunn is the
I
drummer.
did get to meet the drummer. Well, I didn't meet him, but he was
Yeah.
at the mall that I used to work at back in
Oh
20.
shit.
Yeah, and he was very short.
Oh, like short as in short or
Short,
short? Okay,
short person.
I thought you meant short as in temper, and I was like,
No, no, he's
oh,
fine.
yeah.
I didn't talk to him, so I couldn't tell you, but he seemed very nervous, which I didn't expect either.
I feel like they're both probably really introverted, to be honest. I
I don't
get
know.
that vibe, but
Um,
no.
yeah.
Like there was back when I was a Christian. I'm not now, but like I really liked, especially I think that was why I liked his lyricism in the really early days, because like he just made like listening to songs about that theology really interesting and put really like neat and unique narratives. And he still
All of
does
my
that with
favorite bands are Christian bands.
really.
Yep, I'm serious, and I'm not a Christian. My genuine favorite bands are Christian bands. I'm not
Hell yeah.
joking.
No, dude, I don't doubt it. Like, bleh, that Over Prada been one of my favorite
Dude,
bands since like they're actually
yeah,
who got me originally into screaming. Well, screaming harsh vocals, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
And then I heard
I
In the
love
Midst of Lions, and I was like, ooh,
I love that band. I love The Chariot. Showbread is my favorite band, and Flyleaf is one of my favorite bands. I love
yes,
Relient K. I love Amber Lynn.
man. Rest in peace, The Chariot.
Yeah,
I saw
dude, I've got a
them like once before
chariot.
they broke up.
Oh, and Skillet, exactly, Evan. There, I got a Chariot flag right there.
Yeah, Oh my god, dude. I I have a love hate relationship with Skillet. I feel like most people stopped after Awake and Alive, but I actually stopped after Rise. I thought Rise was an alright record. I thought it was okay. But everything after that, I've not cared
Comatose.
about. Comatose is great too. Like
It is
literally
so good.
anything before like Rise, great.
Oh wait, POD is like my favorite band of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude, like I owe my musical, like me being in music, to Satellite by POD.
Oh my god, let's
That
go.
record, dude. Yeah, come on. Christian bands
Do they
fucking are good because they're singing for something. They're fucking passionate about something. So hey, fuck anybody who talks shit about Christian bands.
Man, I didn't realize so many people hated Memphis Mayfire though. I found that out recently. I
Never
didn't.
listened to them.
You really? Oh no,
Seriously, I couldn't tell you one Memphis Mayflower song.
they're what? Oh, I don't know if they are anymore, but I would say in my view, they were considered like the Christian version of Asking Alexandria back in the day.
Okay.
I would say that's probably. But I guess yeah, there was some drama that happened, and I never realized it. But I was like, man, like I don't hear about them anymore. Like what happened? And then I guess some stuff happened, and that's why
Oh, like a
nobody's
Me
heard.
Too thing?
I don't know if it was a Me Too thing. I think it was the viewpoints of the vocalist himself that were kind of shady.
Uh,
Yeah, kind of like the Maddie Montgomery thing.
yeah, I remember. Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
which sucks because I really liked For Today also back in the day. Like Portraits, I owned
I
that album.
Yeah,
Devastator.
dude. I grew up definitely with like Ecclesia, Portraits, and Breaker, I think it is.
Yeah.
I listened to those three records a lot, and then that guitarist of theirs was saying all this shit about gay people. And I was like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
And then Maddie ended up being a fucking asshole. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, and then I think the guitarist from In the Midst of Lions actually went to be with For Today for that last album, which I think it was called Fearless. I know they had a song that was called Fearless, but
I don't know. I
and it
don't
had like
remember.
yeah, but
But
no
I,
man,
I loved In the Midst of the Lions back in the day.
you
And
want to
Plead for
know
Pertinent.
a weird fun fact? I finally got to be Facebook friends with the vocalist, which I guess I
Nice.
don't know if he does anything anymore. I found out in 2017 they did a reunion show at like Face Down Festival. Yeah, I didn't know about this, but
I had
like
no idea.
I literally was like, I want to, you know what, I want to relive. I never got to see them live, but I want to see what like live videos were of them. And then I see 2017 Face Down Festival, and I was like, excuse me,
Yeah,
and
I'm looking this
literally,
up right
yeah, like I can't believe I missed it. But like I actually have finally gotten to like talk to him, and it was really nice and really kind of sweet. But like I shared the like 10-year anniversary of like the second album, and he was like, you've become a better vocalist than I ever have. And I was like, I don't really believe you, but like, bruh, it
I'm dude, I'm looking at this FaceTime Fest right now, and I literally can't wait to get off this call for only one reason, and that's to watch these videos.
oh yeah, for sure. Like God, like his vocals are really honestly what got me into wanting to do more hefty vocals. Like just like the way he conveyed his message also back man, there was not a single in bad in the midst of lions song that I can think of. Like every album I listened to 100% all the way through. Like
Well, they were heavy before heavy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of bands don't understand, like modern deathcore bands don't understand the bands that they're taking influence from. And this is one of those bands. Like I was listening to this band in the midst of lines. I mean, Impending Doom, As Hell
Yeah.
Restrains, Plea for Purging, My Children, My Bride, back in the day. And back in the day, there was no spite, you know, there was
Yeah.
no like down tempo, right? It was those bands. Those were the heavy bands, you know.
Yeah. Like Suffocate, or is it Suffocation? Whatever. I think.
Well, Suffocate was a metalcore band, and Suffocation is the death metal band.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it gets confusing.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
just 1 second. What's up? Like 5? Uh,
Yeah, I think we're getting close to there, anyways, right?
Oh, what, to the end of this?
Well, you had said, and you said that you only had about an hour and a half. So I didn't want to push you.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. But it started an hour ago. Okay, I will. Yeah, we can still talk for like 10 to 15 more minutes. We're good. But no. Anyway, yeah, dude, Christcore and like that whole era definitely started me on who I was. Like I heard Hey John and I was like, ooh, this shit goes hard for my little
Yeah,
Christian boy heart. This man singing, this man screaming for Jesus.
yeah, yeah.
And then I discovered We Came as Romans, which they were a huge influence also on me back in the day. I never could figure out how Dave Stevens did his vocals, and then literally recently this year, I kind of finally figured it out, and I feel dumb for not figuring it out sooner. But like, I kept trying to treat it as like a normal like type of fry, but literally it's basically just like a yell shout thing that you do. But I don't know, uh, like his vocals were really good. You know, rest in peace, Kyle. He was one of my like favorite clean vocalists back in the day.
That sold out festival that I mentioned earlier in 2018, he died on the day of that festival.
Did he really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my god, that's awful.
yeah. I was like, oh, great day.
Wow, great. A metalcore legend has passed away.
It's another one of those situations where I didn't listen to the band, but I understand what they did. I did when I was a kid. They toured with Burden of a Day, and Burden of a Day was from Sarasota, which is where I'm from.
Hmm.
And so I knew about We Came as Romans from that tour.
Okay.
And they only had 4 songs out at the time. I think it was called the Dreaming EP or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm aware of those 4 songs, but I never
Yeah,
listened at this point.
I think what was interesting to me about them, obviously, other than like the vocals and the way like instrumentally they did stuff, which were even then like really good. Like I've always been a guy who like if your lyricism is really good, like I'm all in. Like if you have a way with like conveying emotions that I feel really touch to me. Like, and
Sure.
that's how a lot of like those records were. Now I stopped caring about them. I think once the self-titled hit, I didn't really like listen to them as much. But like, and when I was first like getting into it and everything like that, it was huge for me. That got me through a lot.
That's cool.
But it's cool to see like now, when we think about it, back then maybe Christ core era or whatever you want to go about it as. There's people now who are like, wow, nomadic is like speaking to me in huge ways, and they're gonna remember that, for like the rest of their
I hope
lives.
so. That would be
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. It's interesting to think about how people impact you that could never consider their own impact, and how maybe you impact other people as well, and you never consider that. And I know for a fact that, like, a lot of the people who've shaped who I am today probably have no idea,
Who you are.
and
Yeah.
yeah, they have no idea who I am, and they had no idea that they could even shape who a person is.
Yeah.
But I hope that that's true for sure.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like it's been an interesting experience because I know for me back in the day, like I feel like meeting the people who made changes in your life without them realizing that they have is a weird experience, but it's a very like I don't know, it's a very uplifting one.
Yeah,
Unless they end up being shitty people, then I don't
yeah,
know what to tell you on that. But like, I don't know, like, because I talked with Matt from in the midst of Lions, and he was like, we could play Smite, and I was like, okay, we haven't gotten to play yet, but he was like, yeah, man, if you ever want to play sometime, and I'm like, wow, this
that's awesome.
man, like, it doesn't even, I don't even know if he's realized, like, maybe he does, but like, it's just like things like that, or just like talking with anybody like after a show and just like you
Well,
can never convey it enough. Like,
you can tell those people,
oh
like,
yeah,
don't think that you're gonna put them in a position if you tell them.
oh
It's
yeah,
all about, like, how you tell people, because I
mm-hmm.
think there's a you can punish people by being like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you completely changed my I don't know what I would do without you," because that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
oh
But I
yeah,
think if you would just be like, "Look, I know we got a cool thing going on, but I just want to tell you, man, thanks for everything. You've
yeah,
made a huge impact on me." Boom. You
yeah.
know?
I think that was a
And
discussion that I had with somebody previously. Was like how to approach people at shows because you
yeah.
don't want to like immediately be like, wow, so here's my vocals and here's this, or like you don't want to come off as just in a way that's going to make whoever you're talking to in whatever manner uncomfortable because then it's
There's
just
two ways to not do things. And one is to act like you're too cool for school. Like overconfidence, that one sucks because then those people end up being mean. And they'll be like, "Yeah, my friends hate you, but I think you're great." And you're like, "What?" Yeah.
okay.
Or they'll do things like they'll flick you off or whatever, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
And that definitely can be offensive.
yeah,
And the second way to do things is, again, to not come off like, or to not do things is to not come off super strong.
yeah,
Um, like, it can be a lot at once if you come and you're like, "Oh, and then this happened, and then this person died, and then you and blah blah blah," and then and then you're like, "Oh fuck,"
yeah,
I think, like, building up to that. Oh, and also, like, I think one thing that's really important to me is if it's more than that, like, standard interaction. If somebody's like, "Hey, can I talk to you about this?" That's always cool to me. I always think, like, when people are like, "Hey, do you mind if I talk to you about this thing?" and they ask me in advance, that means a lot to me, when people do that. Uh, but I'm also, like, in a position where I run a studio, I manage a few bands, and I do this. I'm the vocalist of this band,
hmm
where people are constantly demanding my energy, constantly demanding my time, and people get angry at me when I don't respond.
hmm
So when people are like, "Hey, may I take your time?" Those people, like, are the golden children for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean, obviously, that's not gonna always work with everybody, but like for the people it does work with, that's how you network. That's how you build relationships. Because
Yeah.
like, there's definitely times I know when I was younger and like not even maybe when I was like playing at shows. Maybe it was like I went to a show and I like really admired like maybe somebody who was there at the time or something like that. It was one of those things where, it was like, do I even approach you at all? Or do I like say, oh yeah, it's really great. I love the way you do vocals. Because sometimes people just don't want to talk about that. That was one of the things I had to learn is like sometimes people just want to just sit back and just relax. And that's it. Like they don't want to talk about like music because they've already been doing it for like this whole night and, a whole
Well,
tour.
people do like being complimented, but
Yes.
think about complimenting a girl out in public.
Hmm.
Like, are you gonna walk up to a girl as a man and go, "You're so hot.
Yeah. It's just uncomfortable. Yeah.
You're so hot." No, you're a creep then if you do that. But if you're like, "Excuse me," you know, um, I don't know. I've never complimented a girl in person, but
Yeah.
there's a polite way to do things.
Yeah, there's a polite
Uh,
way and there's like a more mellow way of going about things. And then there's like the can I feature in your band, please?
yeah.
Yeah, which
Um,
yeah is
um,
I can gladly say I've never done that, but have I known that to happen to people? Yes.
oh yeah.
It's
I just try to befriend everybody,
for sure.
honestly.
Like
Yeah.
definitely. Like honestly, you know, there's nothing wrong I think with like setting your own boundaries, but there's also like you should at least somewhat try to not try, but like be willing like if the occasion comes up, interact even like
Yeah.
if
Agreed.
minimalistically. But that's that's the only one thing I'll be salty about with the Divorce Prada is like I've seen them like 3 times and I've never met them once. Not one
Huh.
time. Like they always were like gone after a show, or at least in the van, which sucked. But like I
One day
still one day, that's the
in the
dream.
future, it will be in the cards for you.
Hopefully, that's the
It will.
plan. Oh,
We will manifest it.
I like that. I like that. I like that plan.
Um, if you don't mind, on
Sure.
that note, I would like to go eat some food soon.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Um, no,
Good
no, you're good. It's okay. That actually probably would work good. But no, dude, honestly, I really appreciate you reaching out to me. That was crazy
Thanks
enough
for
as
having me,
is.
dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, bro.
By the way, just for you, are you playing on PC for Warframe or are you playing on console?
I have both.
Cool. Well, I suck, but if you want to play sometime, I'll re-download
Down.
it for you.
All right. Keep me updated.
All right, but
I have
no,
PS4 for console.
yes, I do have also. I can get it on console. I have PS4, so
Good. That's the only way to be.
yeah, that's the only good console out there. Just saying.
Well, between
But
the two consoles, that's the way to be.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. PS5 coming for that Demon Souls baby and that new
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Yeah. I might get both, dude. I might get both consoles. Or I might get zero of them. You know
Well,
what I mean?
here's the thing with that. If you have PC, I didn't know this, but they released that thing where now you can do like Xbox games on PC, or you can do like Xbox
Game Pass.
exclusive game. Yeah. So like, I'm kind of like, what's really the point that much?
And I have a ballin' ass PC, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I got the i9 in this bitch.
I hope
You
so.
know?
You're doing production studio work. Like,
Yeah,
I hope
bro.
you would. I
The
understand the
amount of
struggle
shit
of
that I've got
using a
open
shit
right
one.
now. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, your
Oh,
8 monitors and
dude, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it,
yeah.
man.
No, dude, it was great. Everybody, go check out Nomadic. I almost keep calling it Nomvdic. And if you
Won't be
like
offended.
this, follow, share this around, and keep streaming their album because it really helps
Follow,
them out a lot.
like, comment, and subscribe.